Hi, Jacob here again with Music Teachnology tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about interfaces and some of the different things you should look out for before purchasing one. This tutorial has been broken down into stages so you can skip to parts which may be more relevant to you. To fully understand how an audio interface works, it's rather important to take note of some key points of digital audio. Consider how the analog and digital recording processes work. When we speak or sing into a microphone, we are sending a series of vibrations which are converted into electrical signals. These signals are then passed through an analog to digital converter before being stored on your computer's hard drive. With today's digital audio software, we are able to do everything that analog gear could do, but with greater cost efficiency. Most of today's modern computers already have an array of built-in sound cards allowing the use of speakers, headphones, with most even featuring a 1/4-inch microphone jack. So why would you need an audio interface? Well, if you're serious about music technology, it be production or mixing, you need an audio interface. An audio interface allows you to do several things, a few of which I'll list here. 1. Allows you to connect professional microphones and instruments to your workstation. 2. Converts analog signals received into digital signals, which again are sent to your workstation. 3. During playback, it converts your digital signal back into an analog signal that can be heard through the headphones or speakers. You need to ask yourself what type of recording, if any, you're going to be doing. Even if you're not going to be recording, but just mixing, I would still recommend purchasing an audio interface or sound card. This will allow you to master with quality audio, giving that professional sound. It is important to think about the kind of thing you will be recording both now and in the future. If you just want to record 2 tracks, produce music using loops or samples, then a basic audio interface with 2 inputs would be perfectly acceptable. The inputs we are referring to here are called XLR. These inputs allow you to record vocals and acoustic instruments using a variety of different microphones. If you want to record a live band, you will need a minimum of 8 analog inputs, each with their own mic preamps. These inputs are the most common type of analog connection. You may also hear these connections referred to as line level. They are used to connect microphone preamps, compressors, EQs, rack mount effect units such as reverb and delays, mixers, keyboards, CD players or recorders. It is important to note that line level signals require some kind of amplification in order to have enough power to be heard over your speakers. It's a good idea to get a few extra inputs and outputs, since you don't know what you may be recording in the future. Microphones also generate audio signals that are weak. These signals need to be amplified in order to match the level of recording gear. You may be asking yourself, what is a preamp and what does it do? Well, let me explain. A preamp allows you to adjust the amount of gain or level and boost the microphone output signal to the desired level. Some preamps are designed to offer a clean audio signal, while others are designed to give the audio some character. Whichever one is the right one for you, you need to make sure that the preamp delivers a high gain without introducing noise and pops from its internal workings. Signal-to-noise ratio is one of the most important things to consider when comparing different interfaces. Signal-to-noise ratios, often written as S/N or SNR, SNR is a measure of signal strength relative to background noise. The ratio is usually measured in decibels, also known as dB. For example, the interface I have here, an Mbox Mini 2, has a signal to noise ratio of 88 decibels weighted, indicating that the noise is 88 decibels quieter than the maximum level of gain before distortion. Because audio interfaces process sound outside your computer, you're going to need at least one pair of outputs to connect your active reference monitors to, or a power amp and speaker system. As you are probably aware, it is possible to monitor sound through your home stereo or cheap desktop speakers, but using dedicated studio monitors will give you a much better performance from your setup. If you have multiple outputs on your interface, you can connect several pairs of monitors. You may find this useful to compare how your mixers sound on different systems. Again, headphone outputs can prove to be very useful. If your interface has multiple headphone outputs, you can set up a separate headphone mix to give to your musician. Using headphones can be a perfect solution when it is not possible to use a pair of reference monitors, i.e. in a bedroom studio. So now that we've covered all that, you may be wondering, how do I connect it to my PC, Mac or laptop? In this next section, I will be talking about some of the connectivity to your home computer and which solution may be best for you. USB 1.1. The vast majority of computers today come with USB ports, making a USB audio interface an attractive option for musicians and producers. The connection speed of USB 1.1 is 12 megabytes a second. USB 1.1 is a good choice for working with two channels at once and creating CD quality tracks. But when you want to record at higher sample rates and/or capture multiple channels at once, you need the increased data transfer speed offered by USB 2. USB 2 devices have become the industry standard in recent years and provide a stable, reliable solution for working with high-fidelity audio. To use a high-speed USB 2 recording device, all you need is a computer that supports USB 2, which is most modern computers. The advantages are very transportable. Many USB and FireWire interfaces come with built-in preamps with phantom power, a wide selection of connection types, and here are some of the disadvantages. Compatibility issues. These can be avoided by checking your computer's specification. The connection speed for USB 2.0 is 480 megabytes per second. This is incredibly faster than that of USB 1.1. Like USB 2, FireWire offers the bandwidth necessary to record multiple tracks at high sample rates. But unlike USB 2, which transmits data in packets, FireWire provides a continuous flow of data, allowing FireWire interfaces to process audio a lot more efficiently. FireWire is an especially attractive choice for Mac users since the Apple computer comes with FireWire as standard with the necessary ports. Many PC manufacturers also include FireWire ports on their latest machines. If your PC doesn't support FireWire, you can purchase and install a third-party PCI FireWire card for around £20. The connection speed of the FireWire card is 400 megabytes per second. The third most common type of audio interface consists of a PCI hardware card placed directly into a slot on the motherboard. Some units feature audio connections on the card itself, while others offer a separate breakout box with analog and digital in and outs. These interfaces provide tight integration with the host computer, which results in low latency and excellent MIDI timings. However, PCI-based interfaces must be installed on a computer. These options generally aren't available for Mac and certainly not for laptops. Obviously, you want the best possible audio quality. That's why I thought it would be beneficial if we spoke about sample rate and bit depth. A sample rate of 41.1 kHz means that the audio interface takes 44,100 snapshots per second. A higher sample rate of 96 kHz means that 96,000 samples per second are captured. Higher sample rates sound better because more information is captured. When the interface converts digital data back to analog audio, the empty space between the samples is smoothed over. When recording at higher sample rates, there is less empty space between samples, which results in more accurate smoothing and better sounding audio. Bit depth. The easiest way to work out how a project recorded at 16-bit will sound different to a project recorded at 24-bit is to make a different direct comparison to digital images. Audio files or image files stored digitally on a computer are represented by a series of ones and zeros stored on the computer. Groups of these ones and zeros are known as bits, and it is the number of bits used which dictates how detailed the audio is.